All right, we got a couple of birthdays to mention here on the Parker and the Man page at yournews.com. First and foremost, for this April 28th, 2010, happy birthday, Nick Lidstrom, your Detroit Red Wings captain. Happy man today, 40 years old. Nick is 40. Can you believe Nick Lidstrom is 40? Not only that, but we have a happy one-year anniversary / birthday for yournews.com. Give it up to us. Huh? I want to thank Jimmy and Janine Risk for making it a very pleasant one-year experience at yournews.com. 1 year the Detroit version began just a year ago today, April 28th, 2009. Now here we are, April 28th, 2010, going strong 1 year in on Nick Lidstrom's birthday. We got American Idol stuff here. Here's my notes. All right, so American Idol analysis is coming up in a bit, but the piece, of course, is about the Red Wings. Nothing out of focus about the Red Wings in Glendale, Arizona on Tuesday. They did what they had to do, an easy 6-1 rout in the first playoff series. So let's not go crazy. It's a playoff series. We expect them to win cups, not just playoff series. But they did the job against Phoenix. A much better Phoenix Coyotes team. Dave Tippett did a terrific job. Without Shane Doan, though, they were a little down, and they got to Brizgalov last night. And 2 goals each for the birthday boy, Nick Lidstrom, and Pavel Datsyuk. That's the first time in Wings history. I know this is going to sound like a weird stat. First time in Wings history that 2 guys scored 2 goals in a Game 7. That makes sense? 2 guys, 2 goals, Game 7. Like Chuck Woolery, 2 and 2. But that's what Datsyuk and Lidstrom both did. Both registered a couple of tallies, and the Wings got great goaltending from Jimmy Howard. Yes, he was like a roller coaster, up and down, all over the place, but he got you the victory and did a nice job in Game 7. First time the Wings have won a Game 7 on the road in a playoff series since 1964. They move on to San Jose. Todd McClellan, the former Wings assistant, will face his former boss, Mike Babcock. Babs obviously very relieved to get the first one done against Phoenix and move on to round 2. They went right to San Jose, flew right to California. They'll play Game 1 Thursday. Sunday, I think, is Game 2. Waiting, of course, the winner will play the winner of the Vancouver-Chicago series. I'll write a little bit about that as well. We have another Game 7 tonight. Washington and Montreal in D.C. Habs and Capitals. And I would have thought the Caps would have rolled over the Habs, the Canadians, but Mike Camilleri, the former Michigan Wolverine, has done a nice job keeping Montreal in this thing through 6 games. But the Wings did it. They got the thing out of the way. I said they'd win in 6. They ended up winning in 7. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to go. The big 3 of San Jose, Thornton, Marleau, Danny Heatley, even though Rob Blake will face his buddy there, Lidstrom, a couple of guys who played 20 years in defense in the National Hockey League. I'm going to go with the Wings in 7. I think the Wings will beat the Sharks in 7 games. I'm thinking about that, pulling my earlobe. 7 games. That would put them into the conference finals again. So there you go. Nice job, Wings. They got the job done, but 4 wins, baby. You got to win 16 to win a cup, so they're a long way away. All right, so you got that. You got the other hockey stuff. Big news for Thursday in the National Hockey League. Ted Lindsay will have the NHL MVP, the one that's voted by the players, renamed for him. It's currently called the Lester B. Pearson Award, named after a former Canadian Prime Minister that nobody remembers. So Ted Lindsay, one of the greats in the NHL, the guy who kind of started the NHLPA, the Players Association, he fought for players' rights back in the 50s. I could go on and on about Terrible Ted. Guy was phenomenal. Great guy, still is, 84 years old. Still, I think, has a locker at Joe Louis. He could probably still outskate half the guys there. His number hangs in the rafters, of course, number 7 for Ted. And former GM, coach of the Wings, Hall of Famer, just an incredible guy and a really well-deserved honor for Lindsay to have the NHL MVP named the Ted Lindsay Award. That'll be Thursday officially in Toronto at the Hockey Hall of Fame, appropriately. As I said, I could go on and on, but we should do a whole separate thing on Ted Lindsay. And the great career and life of him. Francisco Liriano shows that he is back for the Twins. 2-0 shutout over the Tigers last night at Comerica. Justin Verlander. He pitched great. Couldn't get a win. Didn't go up an earned run. Both runs were unearned. A couple of silly plays in there by the Tigers, and they couldn't score a lick or hit a lick off Liriano. And so he gets the win there. Same 2 tonight. It'll be Scott Baker from Minnesota against Max Scherzer for the Tigers. And the Pirates ended one of the longest losing streaks in the history of the world at an opponent's place, 22 games, by beating the Milwaukee Brewers yesterday in Milwaukee. You got to go back to the 50s to find the last time a team had a longer streak beating another team at their place than the Pirates losing all those games to the Brewers. So that's it. Check out the piece on the Wings and all the other stuff as well as the Wings head to San Jose for game number 1. I love this playoff stuff against the Sharks. All right, here's Idol stuff. If you watched American Idol Top 6, Shania Twain Week, Country Week with Shania there. Beautiful, age 44. She looks phenomenal. A little fact and figure in the piece, if you want to read it, about Shania Twain. But there were 6 left. I thought they all did a really nice job. I thought they took Shania Twain, which is kind of a yutsy moment, I suppose. Even she said, we got 4 guys singing my girly tunes. Here's how I put it. I put 2, 2, and 2. It's all about the twos, the deuces. And that Siobhan Magnus with her thing that she does with her hands. But Siobhan, I got you in my top 2. All right, my top 2, Siobhan Magnus, who I thought did a terrific job, even though she screamed again at the end. And you can see that Simon is frustrated with the scream. I'm going to go with her and Casey James, who I thought really rebounded nicely, and he had a top 2 moment this week. My middle 2, Lee DeWise, who led off the show. And Simon criticized me. He was doing something weird with his mouth when he was saying like something strange. I don't know what that was about. And he didn't get the point across. And Lee will see that on the tape and realize it. And even though they kind of ripped her, I thought Crystal Bowersox did a really nice job with No One Needs to Know. That tune, No One Needs to Know, Stupid and Cupid and all that. I thought she did it fun. I got what she was trying to do a little lighter tune than normal. And I had her middle 2. They both could have been on top 2, but they're right there. It's really hard to pick this week, the bottom 2. I went with Michael Lynch, Big Mike, and Aaron Kelly. Aaron Kelly's again, I use the phrase one-trick pony. He's 17 now. He had a birthday, I guess, there somewhere. 17 years old. Make a top 6, dude. You did enough. Go home, enjoy it. I kind of hope that America votes Aaron Kelly off because I think Big Mike should stay and be top 5. It's very possible that Mike Lynch could go. I can't imagine the other 4 being ones that America says no to. So Casey James and Siobhan Magnus, top 2 this week, and Shania Twain week. Lee DeWise and Crystal Bowersox, middle 2. And by the way, Amy Coleman, our buddy, was with Lee and his posse last night. She's out in L.A. And a girl I've known since she was born. And Michael Lynch and Aaron Kelly, bottom 2. There's your American Idol analysis. And there's it officially on my really beautiful paper. Toys for Tots paper, I think, too, isn't it? Yeah, it's good. Toys for Tots. Good cause. Anyhow, all that stuff. Check the piece out with the Wings and everything else. And happy birthday, Nick Lidstrom, and happy 1-year anniversary, yournews.com. Congratulations. 1 year. Janine and Jimmy, way to go.